Why you go for a publication? What is the reason behind publishing your manuscript? Most of us will tell it is for a promotion, as per the standards laid down by Medical Council of India and later on by NMC. But for many of you, it will allow to communicate your research ideas or research findings to your colleagues, to your same specialty, and also to the general public, and to identify the gaps in your research area and to find out the defects, what is known and what is unknown, and how you can increase the potential of your practice. So there are so many reasons for publishing in a research article. These are the 5 essential elements of a publication ethics. One is ethics review or breach of confidentiality, fabrication or falsification, authorship, ethics related to submission or conflict of interest, and plagiarism. Of it, the ethics review we discussed about the ethics review earlier. And things to remember: 1. You have to get a prior approval from your institutional human ethics committee prior to starting the study. The second, informed consent and age appropriate assent has to be taken. And for clinical trial, if you are doing clinical trials in India, you have to register in CTRI, that is Clinical Trial Registry of India. Ideally, you have to submit the required details in a CTRI registry, and you have to get a temporary registration number, and that has to be included in the request for Human Ethics Committee approval. Okay, so that is needed, and also during the study, a timely manner, you have to upload the details to CTRA, and usually after clinical trial, the journals will ask you about the registration number also. And regarding the data confidentiality, it is very important. A researcher cannot give the data even for data analysis to an outside agency, or even if the person analyzing the data is your friend, you cannot give the data without permission of the institution. That is the correct way. Second one, fabrication and falsification. They are not the same. Fabrication is, I have not done a study and I have taken data from someone else and I am giving the result. That is fabrication. But in falsification, there is a data, but I am making it falsely, making it a significant result. So that is falsification. I will tell you with an example. Once a postgraduate student came to me and told that after analyzing his data, he is not getting a statistically significant result. So he asked me to do something and make the result as statistically significant. So that is falsification. So I asked him, give me the data. He said, I don't have data, but I took the data from my senior thesis, and that is fabrication. Actually, he has not done the study. He has taken the data from his senior, and now he is trying to make it statistically significant. So if there is a data and I am making some faults in that, some manipulation in that, it is falsification. And if there is no data, I have taken the data from someone else's study, it is fabrication. Okay. So both these are serious misconduct from publication ethics view. There is no need that always there should be a positive result after the study. Even a negative result should be published. It has got its own credibility. Okay, so that is fabrication and falsification. And authorship. Regarding authorship, there should be a clear idea even at the time of protocol writing. And the principal investigator should make it a point that every author should have his or her own responsibilities. Maybe at the intellectual capacity, that is generating the idea, finding out the topic of study, or finding out the objectives, or the first draft of protocol, or the final draft everyone should have their own responsibilities. And also, all authors should approve the final version of the protocol. Being a department head is not a criteria for authorship, and it is better to stick on to the guidelines given by International Committee on Medical Journal Editors criteria. ICMJE has got their own criteria regarding authorship. Please go through that and divide the responsibilities and finalize the authorship details at the time of protocol writing itself. Okay. And ethics related to submission and conflict of interest. Every journal, it is mandatory to declare the conflict of interest along with the publication. That means I am doing a research on a clinical trial funded by the same pharmaceutical agency. So there can be chance of arising a bias towards favoring that particular drug. Okay, so that has to be declared at the time of publication and let the readers decide on conflict of interest. Along with submission, you have to know some wordings. One is simultaneous submission. I am submitting to more than one journal simultaneously. Actually, the natural course, if I am submitting a journal, I have to submit it and then I have to wait for the response from the editor. Sometimes it will be accepted at the first attempt itself, otherwise they will tell some modifications and it will be sent for review. So according to that, according to the editor's note, I have to make the modifications and again send it. So without doing that, I am sending the same manuscript for different journal is simultaneous submission. It should not be done. Duplicate submission. I am writing a new, I already have a manuscript published in an article. I am taking the data, methodology, everything from the same my own article and I am making a new manuscript and sending, that is duplicate submission. Then self-citation. I am taking my own publication. I am citing my own publication out of context while writing a manuscript is self-citation. And what is Salamis publication? That is quite common, I think. For example, I have a clinical trial. I'll tell its title. The effectiveness of functional endoscopy sinus surgery in cases of chronic sinusitis. So if I am doing a study on the effectiveness of functional endoscopy sinus surgery on chronic sinusitis, I completed the work and I am making two manuscripts out of that. One will be the clinical profile of chronic rhinosinusitis and the other will be the effectiveness of functional endoscopy sinus surgery on chronic sinusitis. Then it becomes a Salamis publication. I am slicing into multiple sections and publishing. So all these are ethically misconduct. The next is plagiarism. It is a very serious misconduct, yet it is very common. If found out, the editor can reject your article or they can even inform your institution and take action against you. And what is plagiarism? It is using or taking someone else's ideas, article, both published as well as unpublished, without their consent, their idea or without proper acknowledgement. That should be avoided, and the commonest form of plagiarism is copy pasting. And never do text word by word copy pasting. That is very serious. And always take proper steps to avoid plagiarism. That is the most important one, is never copy paste the text word by word. And the second, always take the ideas, read the article well and take the idea and write it in your own sentence. And then proper acknowledgement of the taken article, and then exact citation, cite the article exactly. Avoid writing several articles at the same time. If you do so, there is chance of you copying even your own ideas most of the time. So avoid writing similar articles at the same time. And these are the two most commonly used plagiarism checking softwares, Orkut or Authenticate. There are so many softwares, plagiarism checkers available. Predatory journals, what are they? It is hardly peer-reviewed journals. So also try not to send your manuscript to the predatory journal. And the UGC has got their own consortium. UGC Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics. UGC Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics. They are given the list of predatory journals. So go through that and find out the predatory journal and never send your article to the predatory journal. This is the publication criteria for medical teachers. At present, they accept only original research article and the authorship is first or corresponding author. But they amended the criteria and it will come into effect from 11/2/2022. So the authorship is first three or corresponding author, along with the original research paper, meta-analysis, systematic review and case series are included. And the indexing has been changed to Medline, PubMed Central, Science Citation Index, SC Expanded, MBase, Scopus or DOAJ, that is Directory of Open Access Journals. And in addition to that, should have completed the basic course in medical education technologies from institution designated by MCA and also should have completed the basic course in biomedical research from institution designated by NMC. And article need not be published only in concerned specialty journals. That is, concerned specialty journals are not needed at present. It may change in future. So before sending your manuscript for publication, remember all these and follow this publication ethics. Thank you.